Warning, this podcast was produced by two men who still think that swearing is both big and clever. As a result, it contains quite a lot of it. Therefore, this podcast is not suitable for children, unless they're really fucking cool children. Yes, people, Dave Fensom here with another episode of Pop, Collaborate and Listen, joined as always by my main man, Mr. Chris Greer.
Hello, everyone. Welcome along. Welcome back.
Welcome back. It's been a minute.
It has, yeah. We've taken a little bit of time off. Well, Dave had loads to do at the Brighton Fringe.
I did.
For a whole month of that, and then we've just been kind of slacking.
Yeah, slacking.
But we're back with a new episode.
What are we doing this week, Chris?
We are doing another big album, 1995's Different Class by Pulp.
Absolutely.
So, big album. I mean, big in terms of the indie scene especially, but big in general.
Okay, massive.
You know, this didn't just translate to the people who knew Pulp back in the day. Mm-hmm. Well, not necessarily back in the day, because they've been going forever. But this was their breakthrough album. This one got them kind of megastar status.
There's a lot said about, obviously, Britpop and the battle between Blur and Oasis. Mm-hmm. But if you were doing a big three of Britpop, then, you know, there's not really any argument that
this is the one. Oh, yeah, I mean, there are other ones you could absolutely throw into the mix, but this is absolutely the other one.
Yeah, for sure.
And whenever you talk about or read, you know, articles looking back at that era, this is the one where people go, okay, well, if you think of not necessarily what was the most effect of an album, but what is the best one, a lot of people will say this is better than Blur and Oasis, because it's a little bit, whatever, you know, cleverer than Oasis or not as annoying as Blur, etc., etc. This is a huge album and still gets talked about today.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, but where were you in 1995 on Pulp?
It's a difficult one for me because I was so in the trenches and deeply opposed to the Britpop scene.
Sure.
That I very much lumped Pulp in with them and probably didn't give them much of a chance.
Okay, that point.
At that point, yeah. I didn't give them a lot of chance at all. A lot of the stuff I was listening to was a lot more aggressive and in your face,
sure.
A little bit more kind of forthright and angsty. I'm not quite sure I had the subtlety of some of Pulp stuff subtlety is the wrong word,
but,
really.
Okay, the nuances or whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not sure I really had that. That's not what I was looking for at that particular moment in time. I think I was just in a different place. But
sure,
time has been very generous. I mean, my wife's an enormous Pulp fan.
Right. Okay.
And even when I was working in HMV around the time that This Is Hardcore came out. Mm-hmm. I remember hearing that quite a few times and thinking, actually, this is pretty good.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, I can't say I've gone back and given Pulp a lot of consideration. This is probably the first time going through into this album I'd listened to this album intentionally in full.
Fine.
I'm certainly not going into this going, I expect this to be shit.
Had you been aware of the His and Hers era stuff where they started to come through? Lip Gloss, Babies, those sort of things. Do you remember the first time?
I'm sure I'm sure they were being played while I was out and about, but
yes.
I wouldn't have been, this is Pulp.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, this is, I alluded to the fact that they've been around forever. This is their fifth album. Mm-hmm. They started officially in 1978.
Wow.
Whenever Jarvis Cocker was 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously that was just kind of them mucking about. They did have a few albums on little labels in the 80s, but it wasn't until the album previous to this, which was His and Hers, came out in 1994, that they really started to get noticed. They had the single previous to that album, Razzmatazz, got a lot of press, but then that was setting up His and Hers to be a big deal, and the music press went fucking mental over it. And because they were so hyped up because of that, when this album came out, there was a huge expectation.
Sure.
Huge expectation. And I think they really did hit it out of the park with this album, because I don't think there were many people who went, oh, I can't wait for this Pulp album, then heard it and went, oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
I think pretty much everyone who was really up for it went, oh, this is just what I wanted.
Yeah.
That sort of way. I was a fan in, a lower level of the previous album.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked some of those singles. I was, because, like you say, we were all a bit of a dick when we were, 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was almost a little bit over Pulp by the time this album came out, because it was the sheer, amount of hype they were getting.
Yeah. And if you're tuned into that world specifically...
I was very much. I was ensconced 100% in that world. And, I was getting requested for those his and hers singles all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever the singles from this album started coming out, I was getting hammered for those.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was already going, oh, God, I don't know if I can be bothered with it anymore.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit of a, for no good reason, turncoat on Pulp.
Okay.
But I remember liking this album. I bought it day release because I kind of had to. I needed to have everything. But I suspect I was a little bit sniffy.
Okay.
And so going back to this, I was really going, I bet you I'm going to be much more into this than I was at the time.
Okay.
Because at the time, I was probably a 6 out of 10 on it.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I bet you there's much more in this for me. 30 years later with a much more sensible head on.
Sure.
So I'm kind of looking forward to this one.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Right, well, let's have a look at the album cover.
I mean, the album cover itself, I think, is fun. It's a wedding photograph with some cardboard cutouts of the band members of Pulp kind of scattered in amongst the wedding guests.
In black and white. And it's like kind of that big colour saturation, like 70s kind of, slightly overexposed. I mean, it'd be I'm sure there's a name for the filter in Instagram.
Oh, God,
I don't know what it is. But, so it's, it's got that thing, and it's got the kind of the trademark, quite retro-y 70s, 60s, 70s piping around the photograph with the logo out with the black background.
Yeah.
So it's a deliberately retro looking thing.
It is. And also, because it's kind of mostly black, it's a different look to his and hers, which was a very white cover with lots of bright colours on there.
Yeah.
And so this is a different style for them, but I think it's a good image. I think it's an interesting image.
The weird thing was, right, I kind of, if you'd have asked me what the album cover was, I'd have been like, oh, it's like a wedding photo or whatever. But the amount of times I've seen that, and I don't think I'd ever noticed that the cardboard cutouts were in black and white and things like that. I'd never really...
Right.
So I've seen that image a lot of times, but the subtleties of it were kind of lost on me.
Well, sure, and if you're not looking really closely, like if you're not owning it and poring over it and trying to get every ounce of everything in it, there's no reason that you would look and go, oh, I see what they've done. It's more of just a step back wide shot that you would get in your head.
Yeah, and I suppose I've mostly seen it on CD, which is like, 6 inches.
Well, and the thing is, I bought the vinyl of it, and the vinyl had 6 double-sided cardboard inserts.
Oh.
And so the front cover of the actual sleeve was cut out, and you could slide the other inserts in to make different covers.
Oh, isn't that exciting?
Oh, it was very exciting. It was great. And obviously that's one of the albums I gave away in my...
Oh, you silly guy.
Oh, I think Louise might have that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she wouldn't admit it, I'm sure, because they might have to give it back.
Yeah.
But I think she took it. I'm gutted because that's a good album cover.
Yeah.
But yes, so that's the album cover. I think the album cover works well. I think the logo is a nice big logo. Is very identifiable as Pulp. I think it suits them. It is a little bit retro. It's a little bit kitsch, that logo, and that's kind of what they do.
Sure.
That's fair enough. Like I say, this is the 5th album. At this point, because they've been going so long, Jarvis is 32, which I think you can hear a lot of the times in his lyrics and his style. He's not he's not Supergrass. He's not 18. He's not even Damon. He's not in his mid-20s. The guy is 32. There's a lot more going on, so it's a little bit older than that. They had headlined Glastonbury by the time this album came out because they stepped in when the Stone Roses fell through in 1995. So they are on a massive wave of popularity at this point. I was at that 95 Glastonbury. I don't think I saw Pulp, but I was very drunk.
Fair.
And I don't think I did, because I suspect I was, like I say, I was a little bit over Pulp, like a fucking arsehole. It won the Mercury Prize in 1996, beating Black Grape, the Manic Street Preachers, Oasis, Courtney Pine, Underworld, and Mark Morrison.
Mark Morrison.
Yeah, it beat Mark Morrison. It is, like we said, is credited as one of the big albums of Britpop. One of the big albums of the 90s, I'd say. It really is.
Certainly from a UK-centric point of view.
That's true, actually. True. The NME gave this 8 out of 10. Melody Maker gushed over it. Select gave it 5 out of 5, made it their album of the year. Vox gave it 8 out of 10. It's 4 times platinum, this album. It's sold over 1.3 million copies in the UK, and a tenth of those were in its first week of sales.
Wow.
Yeah. So it went fucking mad at the start. But there you go. Yeah, that's kind of what we see on this album.
How many weeks at number one did we do?
Just one.
Just the one?
It is just 1 week. Because it is on the 5th of November, and so we are starting to get towards Christmas and compilations.
And all those big fireworks nights compilations that come out every year.
Well, yeah, the 5th of November.
Do all the business. The big guy for that. Now that's what I call a plot against the Parliament.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've got nothing else.
No, that'll do.
Okay.
But yes, it was so only number one for 1 week. Therefore, we don't have loads of other things to look at. Well, we've got some other stuff when we get to it. But that's, we'll get to that in a bit.
All right, cool. Well, look, let's crack in with the first track one.
Sure.
This one is called Misshapes.
Right. And this was a single. This was the kind of second single in October 95, so just before the album came out. It was a double A side with a different one. And, expectations were high because the album was about to drop, and so this was the one just before.
Yeah.
Do you remember this coming out?
I don't really remember. I don't remember the single, but I mean,
no.
It's certainly a statement opener, isn't it, for an album?
I don't know. I think this is a bit more mid.
See, I think musically it's pleasant enough with some. It's got some lightly kind of soaring, like Phil Spector-esque bits and pieces in there. And I said, I called it drama, and I thought, well, rather than drama, it's kind of mild peril, that thing they use in...
okay.
Because it's kind of quite restrained in a lot of places. This is where it goes for it, but it's still always quite held back. But lyrically, man, it's like more of a manifesto than...
Oh, absolutely it is. No, I get that. Maybe that's why they put it as track number one, because they're like, okay, this is our tribe.
Yeah, man. Like a rousing call for all the weirdos and freaks to inherit the earth with no violence. Just... the power of the beautiful mind, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
So I mean, I think it's playful lyrically,
sure,
full of kind of fantastic kitchen sinking imagery, which I guess is the thing that he does really well.
I think that that's one thing that I would give Jarvis Cocker every time.
And he's obviously got the outrage, but it's always just got that. There's always just that little kind of arched eyebrow, that little kind of. Touch of the absurd in it. It's a very, very British thing, a brilliantly, uniquely British thing, I would say. And it's kind of, it's very full of itself and its own kind of truth, very ebullient. And I don't know, I just feel like this is a song that kind of makes me kind of feel what I'm always told Britpop should have made me feel.
Oh, really? Okay.
That kind of that class of warfare, bit of a intelligent, arch opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, the tune itself is fine, but lyrically, and I think that's very much what stands out on here, and the delivery, it sets it apart from a lot of other things for me.
Right, true. And Jarvis's delivery is always big.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or you don't, it is very enigmatic and it's very him. And I think most of the time it really, really works.
Yeah.
There are times when it does start to annoy me. I think, okay, calm down, mate. But no, this works for me lyrically and thematically, definitely, because it's called Misshapes. It's about the people who would be into Pulp and people who grew up like him. They didn't fit into your regular, kind of. It's sort of against the townies is really what it is. So it's saying we're different from you. It is saying we're better than you because we're more intelligent. We're not some just lab thickos.
Yeah.
You like to beat us up, but we will be the ones who will inherit the earth because we've got... And the thing is, it's like, we'll use the one thing we've got more of, that's our minds. I don't like that line. That's a little bit cringeworthy to me.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I love the sentiment, but... Yeah, that's our minds. That's like... it jars a bit. I think it's a little bit too facile, perhaps.
Maybe a little on the nose, perhaps.
A little on the nose.
Yeah.
But there are some really good lines in this.
It's full of them.
And tell me if you resonate with the stuff about, we'd love to go to town, but we can't risk it.
Yeah.
I was never too weird or alternative that I got beaten up for it. I was never that far. I would DJ the indie clubs, and I'd see people walking in clothes that made them look like Jarvis, or, very, very deliberately bizarre clothes. And I would, at that time, I remember thinking, that's pretty brave, because I know where you're walking through. Did it ever happen to you? Did you ever get hassled?
All the time, man.
Did you?
All the time, yeah. Like, dude, do you remember Luton Town Centre in the early 90s?
Sure.
When there was still like multiple clubs open and just like hordes of lads walking around in like different coloured Yves Saint Laurent shirts, right? And I would be in the middle of the town centre with like 2 or 3 people in ripped up jeans and trainers skateboarding. So yeah, we stood out a little bit. My kind of bright bleached blonde hair. And I'd get into shit all the time with people, and like I would generally roll through town in a big enough group not to get fucked around with,
right?
So it was a very much, and I think I've always thought that that was the reason why something like the Switch or the Edge in Luton worked so well, because it was very much like a bastion. It was like okay, here's a little melting pot. Here's a little melting pot. Yeah, we're gonna put a couple of 100 people in here, and it's all the people that like something a bit different in Luton and don't want to be around there, and that's why you got indie and metal and all of that stuff in one night. And it was very much, everyone had their disagreements within each other and that little bit of tribalism. But for the most part, it was very much
the Goths, or sure.
But very much, it was a kind of an us against them kind of scenario, because that's where the weirdos went. That's where the freaks and the weirdos.
And
went.
you're right. There might be a little bit of snobbery between those tribes, but essentially it was all, well, at least we're not the tiny dickheads.
Exactly that. And you go to those clubs and you would never see any problems. You'd never see any violence. You'd never see any issues at all. For the most part, someone might call someone else a dickhead, but
they probably were,
and they probably were. But yeah, so I very much associate with that feeling.
Yeah.
That was a very, it's kind of gone a little bit now, I think. I mean, or maybe I'm just older and I don't see it as much, but that tribalism seems to have devolved a little bit.
I suspect it has, but yeah, like you say, I don't know. I'm not out in the fucking trenches anymore.
For sure.
Also, this song, it is a rallying call to the misshapes, to the broken biscuits, or whatever they just call them. I do think that it's slightly a statement of him talking to the new Pulp fans as well, because His and Hers got a load of people on board. They released a massive single before this album came out, and so there were a lot of people who were getting into Blur and Oasis, and then gone into Pulp because, I like indie now, who were from that different mindset. And so I think he's going, all right, fair enough, we'll get some new fans, but this is who we really are. We're not just people who can write a catchy tune and you can go along and sing in your shitty little club and then go out and beat up someone who looks like us.
Yeah.
You're not one of us if that's your mindset. I think there's
likes to sing along. He likes to shoot his gun.
Exactly. It is. It's similar to In Bloom. We saw Blur's. They had one called Top Man on the album we did, which was a very similar thing. Going, all right, you think you're a fan of us? Maybe you like our songs, but you're still a cunt. Therefore, no, I don't want you.
Yeah.
Tool, hooker with a penis, like fucking idiot fan. I think there's very much a through line of that as well.
Sure.
So the statement is, look at us. We are finally coming into our own. Brilliant. Come to our tribe. But I think there's also mate, fucking have a word with yourself if you think that you're a Pulp fan and and then you would go out and call one of our people a prick.
Yeah.
I think there's a bit of that as well. This was very well received. I think the tune is fine, but not brilliant. I think the lyrics are really good.
Yeah.
And there's another bit in the lyrics about the National Lottery, which we've seen a little bit because I guess it was brand new at this point.
Yeah.
He says, check your lucky numbers, how much money could drag you under, or what's the point of being rich if you can't think what to do with it because you're so bleeding thick.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've seen Blur do it, we've seen Levelers talk about it, and now we're seeing Pulp talk about the National Lottery. But yeah, this is kind of Revenge of the Nerds without all the problematic sexual assault bits.
Well, I mean, well, we'll see.
But it's a kind of a bullied kid's fantasy as well. Like, we always knew we were better than you.
100%.
It was all that. Because we're smart, we're clever. And so, I think this is a really worthy, well put together single. It just doesn't ignite me loads.
It's not a club banger, is it?
No, indeed. And, I don't remember really playing this. But then again, I was probably still on the hangovers from previous singles that were still getting asked for all the time. But this was Single of the Week in the Melody Maker. Mm-hmm. The NME gave it a little bit of a kicking, saying, more cod-meaningful drones from the Tyrolean set.
Wow.
Indeed. But that's Paul Moody in the NME.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. But okay, I think that's okay. I agree that I think it's a good way to start your album as a statement of intent.
Yeah.
I think it could have been a better tune.
Okay.
But yeah, no, not bad at all.
I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I think I did really like it.
Cool, okay.
Right, let's do track number 2, which is called Pencil Skirt.
When you raise your pencil skirt like a veil before my eyes.
We're kind of into pervert mode.
Like
Yeah, and musically, it's a little bit like the theme from Crossroads.
I mean, that's a classic, though. Yeah, that ding, ding, ding.
So yeah, this is like a weird exploration of torrid sex and the excitement that comes from it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about lusting after someone else's partner, and encouraging them to cheat with you while he's away.
Yeah, and talking about like the feelings of doing something specifically because it's wrong. It exists in that grey area where consent is given, although the outcome won't be emotionally positive. I suppose.
Never, definitely not.
Yeah, I mean, is it talking about exploitation, possibly?
I mean,
or is it talking about someone aiming for a release from a mundane life, which is quite a common theme?
We'll see that throughout this album for sure. But yeah, is there a sense of manipulation in this?
I mean, without a doubt. I think the interesting thing about this, right? I mean, it's. Obviously, it's always told with this backdrop, which is, it's got, like I said, it's got that cross element, but it's quite a sad. This isn't like an upbeat, happy song. It's not like a lithe, sexual song. So when you put the two things together, you get this quite kitchen sinky kind of like Bob Sue and Rita 2 kind of version of sex, which is not really that titillating.
No, very much.
And there's elements of farce in there too, like that whole thing of like I've kissed your mother twice and now I'm working on your dad.
Yeah, that's top quality silliness there.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's more than anything. It's interesting because it's exploring this idea, and it's all about ambiguity, and it's kind of the kind of question that I feel like modern society sometimes shut down with some of this kind of. We've got some quite binary piousness around morality sometimes, which kind of comes, which I always find disappointing when it kind of comes from the side that I feel like I'm on.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
That kind of moralising, whereas actually there's an intellectual conversation to be had here.
Sure, and
intellectual. Listen to me.
Yeah, fuck it. And yeah, you can have a bit of fun with the song sometimes.
Of course you can.
Yeah,
of course you can.
Without thinking too much about it, hopefully, but not necessarily always. Yeah.
And let's face it, if things that were wrong were not sexually exciting, there wouldn't be an internet.
Indeed. But yeah, this is, to me, this is comically pervy. This is almost a parody of Pulp, being this sleazy, bit naughty, bit smutty. Yeah. This is really going out on it. The whole thing. I mean, and also there's a line in there about, "Oh yeah, I'll show you how you're doing it wrong," which is a good line.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I think Jarvis is probably good at a lot of things.
Yeah.
Sex is not one of them.
Do you not reckon he's just got a perv card that he pulls out?
I reckon
that guy was licking arseholes before it was fashionable.
Oh, yeah, no, I think there's some things he would venture into and he'd be okay with doing, but I can't imagine you'd come out of it going, Jesus Christ, I can't believe that's never felt like that to me before. I don't think he's a top shagger.
Right, fair enough.
I really don't.
Fair
I
enough.
think he is lascivious and he would make you feel different ways, like in your head, but I don't think he's going to teach anyone any tricks in bed.
Okay, fair enough, man.
I reckon. I think he would write a scathing critique of my performance, and it would be a very well-written article about how bad that was.
I'm starting to wonder if you've given this more thought than you should have.
Maybe I have. Yeah. I would read his article, and it would be witty, and it would be pithy, and it would point out the flaws.
Yeah.
But I don't think he would then be able to go, and by the way, here's what you should have done.
Yeah, fair enough.
I can't see that happening. I'd feel chastened, but then I'd also look at him and go, fuck off.
Give her a kiss, boy.
Straight for the clitoris.
Need her buttocks.
But again, I think this is okay. I think it's very funny in places. I think there are bits in the tune that are catchy. I don't really remember this as well. Having heard the album before, I don't remember this much apart from the, oh, it's turning me, that bit has stuck in my head. It's catchy. But in general, I think this is all right.
See, I found this really interesting, and I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it more the more times I heard it. So
lovely.
It's a thumbs up for me on this.
I know. I will. You're right. I will say it grew on me more over repeated listens, but it doesn't stick in my head as like, that one, But no, it's okay. It's all right. Track number 3 then.
Common People.
Right. Let's
not heard this one.
Fuck's sake.
Look, this is a song so ubiquitous that it, again, like as we said with other stuff in the past, it's quite difficult to evaluate on its own.
I am impossible for me to be objective about this. This was the first single. It came out in June of 1985 and it got to number 2. So this was the one that reintroduced Pulp to the public, and it was a massive hit. It was only kept off number 1 by Robson and Jerome's Unchained Melody.
This is the one as well that even when I was at my most snarky with all of this stuff, I heard this one and I did have to just go, this is a fucking brilliant set of lyrics.
It is. It's absolutely. It's so clever. It's so well put together. It's at the time, especially. This was unique amongst everything else that was going on in the Britpop indie scene. I think. But if I never heard this again in my life, I'd be okay.
See, I don't think I would. I hear this one and I still like it.
Right.
I still, again, I
like it. I do like it.
I've just got...
fuck me, I've heard it too much.
I mean, I've heard it enough. It's still kind of... it still kind of gets me, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not rushing to put it on a compilation or anything along those lines. I'm not seeking it out.
Yeah.
As it exists out there, I'm perfectly happy with it, I mean,
right.
Like I said, so we've got this lyric which is laser guided, like it's perfect, right, in terms of what it does. 'Cause we've all met this person, right? We've all met the person, and
it's and the image he draws of it is amazingly put together.
Yeah. And as clever as the lyric is, the thing that elevates this is just this like elegiac, soaring, full of passion kind of backing track that just kind of just soars and soars. It feels like it's always going up. This song,
okay. Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And it obviously it can't be, and it isn't. But it always feels like it's accelerating into something and getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Building.
Yeah. And it really is a pretty solid masterclass in songwriting. It's amazing to me that I can still enjoy it, but I can.
If this came on something that I could skip it, I would skip it every time. Okay. If this came on the radio and I was thinking that there's something on a different station, I would change to a different station because I don't want to hear this again.
Oh, okay.
Even though
I don't feel that way about it.
I accept it is absolutely brilliant. I know it is. And it is just because it was so massive at the time that I was playing it at every club I DJ'd at. I was getting asked for it at the indie clubs, obviously, but this was huge in the student clubs. Mm-hmm. So I was playing this all the time. And it not just for a couple of months, it was for years.
I was everywhere.
It was all the time. So I cannot be objective because to me it is so overplayed because I overplayed it. Yeah. It's my own fault.
Like if we played... If we went out and DJ'd like a 90s indie night now, you'd have to play this.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
In fact, you might call the night Common People because it's that much of a landmark in that scene. And it is brilliant. I know this is brilliant. And I would never say, I would strike it from history. but I'm fine without it.
This is the bit of the song you don't never hear anymore.
Yeah, this wasn't in the single.
This is like the extra verse from Fresh Prince of
Oh, right, yeah, you go.
And you're like, oh, hello.
He's like, you start singing along and you're like, oh, fuck. Yeah. And to be honest, I do think, and admit, that's probably because I played the single. I think the single version's better.
Okay.
I think you take this bit out, it does make it snappier and a little bit punchier. It takes it from kind of 6 minutes to 4.5 the single version. But that's not to say that this verse isn't good, because it's very clever and very funny as well. This whole thing is hilariously put together.
Yeah.
The scathing comments he's writing about this girl are so brilliant. They're so clever and make me laugh every time.
Yeah.
But again, I just don't need to hear it.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't an indie DJ in the 90s.
No.
I've never played this song out.
Every fucking night of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this bit, if you called your dad, you could stop it all. That denouement is perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's all leading up to, okay, you can do these, you can slum it, you can, stay in a shitty little bedsit, you can sleep with common people and pretend that this is your life. But here's the difference between you and me. You can never be in my position.
But that lyric, and just dance and drink and screw, because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And it's all about, and it's prevalent throughout this whole album, and it's prevalent in the title, Different Class. It's about living your entire life with this fucking glass ceiling that you know that you will not be able to crawl above unless it's a lottery win, really,
Okay.
because
But even then, you're going to be looked at, the scummy person who got a load of money.
Yeah, so social mobility in a class system, particularly if you and the subclasses of the class system, like so much of the upper class is based in the South. If you're northern at all, basically, that's another.
If you haven't got an accent, you probably can't ever be upper class.
Exactly. I mean, Jesus Christ, listen to me, man. I'm
Scum.
from the southeast, but I'm fucking scum.
Exactly.
For a class warrior such as myself, it's a perfect description of that scenario. And there's so many moments on this album which just get it completely right. And like you said before, it is a little bit of a bullied person's perspective. It is a little bit of that kind of wish fulfillment, but it's
why not?
But music exists in art exists in extremes, and not everything has to be a photograph. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. Even though he says this is based on someone he knew.
Oh yeah, sure.
This is based on a real person and real conversations he had. So yes, but it is a fantastic collection of images.
Yeah,
and little snippets of. Oh, this person has no clue what they're saying. They think they get it. It's brilliant like that.
I'm financially stable. I've got a house. I've got those things, but I know I'm a bad 6 months away from losing all of it.
Oh, sure.
And that's where you are. And that's without taking any big risks. And you grow up. You grow up like that. And, we were relatively middle class compared to a lot of the people that I grew up with. Yeah. And, you see those lives and you go, well, after school it's over for you, pretty much.
Yeah, and we will see that through the album. Yeah. There's absolutely allusions to that too. Yeah. But the fact that this album is called Different Class and there are so many songs about that really shows Jarvis Cocker wanting to shine a light on such things. And that's his perspective, growing up in a poor bit of Sheffield. Is this the best version of this song? There's a question. Because did you know that My Chemical Romance did a version on,
did they?
On Radio 1 for a session? So, is this the best version? Obviously not. Of course not.
I wouldn't imagine so.
Let's skip into it a little bit. So yeah, that's My Chemical Romance with their take on it.
Yeah, I mean,
fine.
It sounds quite on the nose, to be fair.
Yeah, indeed. But I think we can all agree that while the Pulp version is wonderful, the William Shatner version,
I thought this was coming.
is the definitive version of this song. I remember this came out. I remember we worked this album at my company, and we could not believe what was going on.
I'll see what I can do.
Fucking astounding.
I'll see what I can do.
I took her to a supermarket. I don't know why, but I had to start it somewhere.
Unbelievable.
So it started there.
Started there.
So it started there. This is brilliant.
It is brilliant. And I would encourage anyone who has not heard the William Shatner album, what was it called? The William Shatner Has Been. That's what it is. Check out the whole thing, because the song he does with Henry Rollins as well is fucking brilliant. But there you go. That is, for me, the best version of this song. But one thing I also found out in doing a little bit of research is that there's a 1988 song by a Spanish band called Mecano.
Right.
And the song is called Los Amantes. And there was never any suing or allegations of plagiarism, but it was noticed that there are distinct similarities between this song. This came out in 1988 by some Spanish band that I've never heard of. I don't know if they were big in Spain or not. Who knows? Who knows if Jarvis had ever heard this? I don't know. But it is very similar.
Very similar.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was interesting for me to hear that maybe he was influenced. I don't know. I don't know if he spent any time in Spain. I don't know if he had some, lad's holiday in 1988.
La Isla Bonita.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, there you go. If you want to hear that, that's in the playlist for this episode as well, if you want to hear that. But it's called Los Amantes by Mecano.
Nice.
But yeah, this was massive. This was single of the week in both The Enemy and Melody Maker. It was The Enemy's number 8 single of the year. It was 5 out of 5 in smash hits, because like I say, it wasn't just the indie press who were all over Pulp. This was fucking massive. That summer...
Oh, it's a fucking fantastic
summer
pop
1995.
summer,
it was everywhere forever. It was inescapable. And that's why I have the issue that I do, that I've heard it too often. But it is genuinely a brilliant, brilliant song. And if, I think you're probably between two Pulp songs that are like their signature songs.
Yeah.
This is one of them.
Yeah.
And I'd be fucking ecstatic if this was one of my signature songs. If I'd written this and people are going to remember me for this song, I would, die a happy man. I think it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Don't need to hear it ever again.
And do you reckon Jarvis feels the same way about it?
I mean, I bet you he does. Yeah. I bet he does. It turns out Anne Dudley from The Art of Noise plays piano in this as well.
Really?
Didn't know that, yeah. There you go. That's a
there we go.
little thing I found.
So let's do track number 4. This one is called I Spy.
Okay.
So we've got like a 60s suspenseful feel, like something from The Prisoner or something like that.
Yeah, sure. And it is a very, quite a long, dramatic intro that we're getting. But yes, that sort of, I don't know, is that a plucked guitar? I think that's very, what do you call your man from The Man from Uncle?
The Man from Uncle?
Yeah. Because he wrote like a little music.
Fucking
Lalo Schifrin.
Lalo Schifrin.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Lalo Schifrin. Yeah, sounds a lot like that. And it sounds like something Portishead or something.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But yes, I don't remember this one either. I must admit, because this wasn't a single. I wasn't hearing it all the time. There's bits in it I remember, but not the whole thing.
And so we've got this intro is about to give way to any second, I believe. Yeah, this kind of very propulsive kind of disco beat.
I am reminded of It's Sin when that kicks in.
Very much so. I hadn't thought of that, but
kicks
yes.
in, I get that.
Yes, very good.
Do.
So Jarvis is leaning here between his whispered spoken word,
yep,
and then like kind of belting out with a bit of venom as well, which is kind of goes through this thing. And lyrically, it's his portrayal of a semi-fictionalized version of himself, petty, ambitious, certain of superiority. Again, not the first time we've heard this.
God, yeah.
And his inevitable rise, but mired in these acts of revenge and jealousy.
It's such a weird thing to write a song about.
Isn't it, though?
My God, yeah.
And it's almost like Tom Jones-esque in its drama.
Oh,
like,
God, yeah, this is Delilah.
Yeah.
I mean, this also reminds me of the days of Pearly Spencer, that sort of drama.
Yeah. So, it soars and it's intense and it's just, it's a lot of different things, but what it always is quite interesting, I think.
Sure.
So this one's a yes from me, for sure.
Oh, I think this is good. I think I would trim it down. This is one of the longest songs on here. I think you could take a little bit out because there's a whole bridge sort of 2/3 of the way through where he's doing this whispered thing again. And I was like, you could trim that. But yeah, these strings, drama, it's great.
I am just hearing It's a Sin now you've told me that, though.
Oh, I see, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing, so it's about class and it's about shagging. So we're getting both of those things in this song. He's singing about a couple who made it out of the slummy bit of town where Jarvis is still stuck. Yeah. And he resents that upwardly mobile kind of direction they've managed to get. So he's spying on them. He's festering in his pervy little envy. Yeah. But he forms a plan to take revenge by banging the wife and smoking this guy's cigarettes and drinking his brandy. He wants to rub his face in this cuckolding. Yeah. And he hopes he gets caught so that the guy sees him banging his wife. Yeah. It's such a fucking weird thing.
It's so petty.
Who pitched this?
Needless to say, I had the last laugh.
Honestly. But yeah, it's squalor and it's sex.
Yeah.
And so it's very typically pulp.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's hilarious again. It's so melodramatic and overblown.
Yeah. And
why would you write a song about this, Jarvis? I don't know what's in your head. But it's great fun.
But that's the best thing about Jarvis in this. It's his ability to just write, those things that you kind of think and feel sometimes and don't really express. Him just going right like, no, this is here we are.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Here's this. And
6 minute song. We're going to write about revenge fucking his wife.
And it's like the things you certainly shouldn't do in real life. But fucking talking about them, they wouldn't resonate with people if they weren't somewhat slightly universal themes as well,
Oh yeah, you've always thought, oh fuck it, that guy, wanker.
This guy.
I might try and fuck his girlfriend.
Yeah, fucking. Was it what's the literary reference in it? Shove your is it Eyes of Summer up your ass?
Oh, something like that.
Yeah, so I can't remember what the reference is with that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's this spiteful monologue that he's over a weird dramatic. No, and then key change for no good reason, but
Tom Jones,
and very much so. But yeah, that sounds like gloating to me, and just laughing at this guy. I mean, I must say, I wouldn't rush to play this again because it's so weird.
Oh, I love
it.
I love it.
It is good fun. It's good fun. And yeah, it's very, very pulp. And when I say pulp, I mean Jarvis, I think.
Yeah.
The rest of the band are doing a wonderful job.
Yeah.
But
there are some bands where there is a clear, and
Yeah. You couldn't. I can't differentiate between the two.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like if Pulp went, oh, Jarvis left, we've got a new singer. No one would be like, oh yeah, no, we'll give that a shot.
Exactly. They go, no, it's all right. We got Jake from My Life Story. It's like, no. Stop it. Okay, well, look, that is the first 4 songs, so we're kind of the first third of the way through this album. Okay, so coming from your perspective where you didn't really know this album, so far, what are you thinking?
Oh, dude, I'm having a very good time.
Oh, so lovely!
Far. Right. I'm 4 for 4 so far.
Brilliant. Okay,
this is shaping up very nicely.
Wonderful stuff. Right. Oh, I'm glad of that because I wasn't sure if it was. I thought you'd enjoy intellectually a lot of it, but I wasn't sure how you'd feel about the music.
Oh, I'm really enjoying it so far.
Rightio. Good stuff. Okay, well, let's take a wee break and we will look at the albums that came out this week.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so let's do the top 10 in the week, and this is the week of November 5th to the 11th. Mm-hmm. And I did say before that we are getting into kind of best-ofs.
Yeah.
And let's see what we're doing here.
It's everyone's going to Woolworths to buy some records.
Yeah, so number 10 is the very best of Robert Palmer.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a really good album because I think he's got some brilliant singles.
Sure.
I think that's going to be excellent. Number 9 is Paul Weller's Stanley Road. We've done it. Number 8 is Roxette with Don't Bore Us, Get to the Chorus, which is got to be the best name for a best of.
Apart from Aerosmith.
Oh, big ones.
Yeah. And specifically the name of the video that accompanied it, which was called Big Ones You Can Look At.
Absolutely amazing.
There we go.
That is true. Number 7 is Janet Jackson's Design of a Decade, 86 to 96. Could you pick a favourite Janet Jackson single from that period, that decade, 86 to 96?
Oh, a favourite. It's either going to be Miss You Much, or Rhythm Nation itself, possibly Black Cat.
Yeah, I think I'm probably Rhythm Nation.
Oh, I mean, because Rhythm Nation it's just such a 9 Inch Nails sounding industrial noise record. But I mean, I recently, when we did that record shop in Worthing, we went over to the second
you got
record.
something, didn't you?
I picked up Control and I listened to that album, and I'm like, do you know what, man? Actually, so much of what came out of that swing beat era was just in effect on that record. I forgot how influential that record actually was and what the sound of R&B was leading into that. Because that album was, what, 1986?
Was that her first one?
Control. It wasn't her first, I don't think, but it was the big one. I think she had one before, maybe.
Oh,
but,
right.
But yeah, I mean, that was the big one. You know, that's the one that had "What Have You Done for Me Lately" and stuff like that.
Right.
And you kind of go, oh man, and then you listen, like Bobby Brown, you did all that weight stuff.
You can hear it.
You're like, oh yeah, you can really hear how important that record was.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice. I mean, so yeah, I bet you I don't know what exactly is on Design of a Decade, 86 to 96, but I suspect it's fucking bangers from
banger for the banger, I would imagine.
Non-stop. Yeah. Number 6 in the top 10 is Eternal with Power of a Woman, which is a new entry at 6, which surprises me. I thought that would have gone in at least 2, you know, if it wasn't going to get to number 1. Sure. We've discussed it. We don't have to do it because it was never number 1. I thought it would have been higher than 6.
I thought it'd be higher than 6 too.
But I suspect it just kept on selling. It's one of those. Yeah. You know, we'll see it forever from now on.
Eternally.
Yes, there you go. Number 5 is Def Leppard with Volt, their greatest hits, 80 to 95.
Yeah.
And again, that's going to be a lot of fun.
I mean, I reckon they should have probably done 80 to 92 or something.
Yeah, no one cares about this last bit.
Yeah, no one wants to hear these bits.
No. Number 4 is Simply Red Life, which was the last one that we did. And again, thank you everyone who gave us feedback on that. I'm sorry, it was such a terrible, terrible album.
But in a way, I'm kind of glad because it means I can now go back to going, Simply Red a shit.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Number 3 is a new entry. We don't have to do it. Never got to number 1, but Meatloaf, Welcome to the Neighborhood, is in at 3.
I remember that record.
I mean, we saw a single off it in the last one, I think. We saw I'd Lie for You, and That's the Truth.
Yeah, which I always kind of just feel like was on the second Bat Out of Hell record.
Yeah, but apparently not. Welcome to the Neighborhood, anyway. And then number 2 is Oasis with What's the Story, Morning Glory, which, again, we've done. And I think we said at the time when we were talking about it, it wasn't out of the top 3 for about 6 months. Yeah. It's one of those. We're
going to mention this a lot.
A lot. So that's your top 10. And then other albums that came out in this time period. The Amps released Pacer, got to number 60, and that was Kim Deal's band after the Breeders. Yeah. So she kind of went Pixies, Breeders, and then the Amps. And I bought Pacer at the time. I thought it was okay, but it didn't make any impression on me.
Heard it.
There's no reason you would have at all. DJ Crush released Miso,
Yeah, brilliant
64. And that was that Mowax?
That was on Mowax.
That was on Mowax.
That's the lead single on it's got Black Thought on it. It's like yin for yang.
Right.
I walk on the line between ghetto slang and stimulation of the mind. Life is a labyrinth of dollars. Anyway,
I mean that's one of the at the time when I was just buying anything that was on Mowax as well. So I'm sure I've got some of those singles in there somewhere. The Dog Pound released Dog Food. Got to number 70. I don't remember that.
The weird thing about Dog Pound is I was always very much not that bothered about any of that stuff because it all seemed a bit. But there are a lot of people that really rate Corrupt as a fucking great rapper.
Right, yeah.
So maybe it would bear some revisiting.
Perhaps. Ozric Tentacles released Become the Other, which got to number 80.
Yeah, I mean, that's the 8th record they've released this year, I'd imagine.
Yeah, indeed. Sounds exactly like all the others. KRS-One released a self-titled album, only got to number 95 in the UK.
Mm-hmm. So hang on, which one? This is KRS-One, KRS-One?
Yes. MCs Act Like They Don't Know was the single that I remember of it, but no, I don't think I've ever actually heard the album.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. Amy Mann released I'm With Stupid, and I remember reading about that, but I don't think I've ever heard it. It was kind of this little, like a lo-fi American college rock thing.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Sermon released Double or Nothing. I've not heard that either. No. I remember I've heard some of the singles that he's put out throughout the years, but I don't think I've ever heard an actual album similar to Goody Mob with Soul Food.
Mm-hmm. I think I've heard that Goody Mob album.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Goody Mob fucking produced, I mean, obviously CeeLo Green's out of Goody Mob, Cujo, all of those guys. So
yeah, and I remember seeing the name loads, but I never checked them out back then, I don't think.
Yeah, they go, who's that looking out the window? Blah.
Yeah.
Nobody now. That one. I think that's Goody Mob.
Okay.
Anyway, carry on.
Sunny Day Real Estate released their self-titled album, and again, I was never into Sunny Day Real Estate, but I know that they are a bit of a touchstone for some people who are into that very emo.
Oh, dude, I mean, Sunny Day Real Estate played Outbreak last year when they did the Outbreak London show.
Oh, is that where you saw Turnstile that time?
Yeah. And so, like me and Darren, we got into the tent for it, and it was fucking rammed. Right?
Yeah.
It was rammed, and it was one of the hottest days of the year. It was too much in there. It was like a closed tent. And like weirdly, Sunny Day Real Estate is one of those bands that I should know backwards, but were just one of those bands that just fell through the net for me. Yep. So I never really listened to them. So I was listening to it and I was going, oh, this stuff's good, but I don't have a connection for it. I'd seen loads of music that day already and had loads more to come. And I was at that point of festival fatigue where I was like, this is good, but it's not really doing the thing for me that some of the other stuff has done. So we'll go. And I went outside.
Is it as good as a sit down on a pint?
Mate, exactly that way. But we went outside and there was an enormous queue to get, because they'd closed, the thing was rammed, so they'd closed the tent off.
Right.
And there were like people just like jumping over the security and trying to run past like a line of security guards, like a game of bulldog,
right,
to try and get in. So like
Jesus Christ.
People
really wanted to be in there
about it.
Fuck me.
So yeah, definitely a band with a big following.
Yeah, and this is it. Some people really are. They preach about that band. I don't remember them from back then at all. I didn't hear the name, I'd imagine, until the 2000s, maybe?
I mean, I knew the name at the time. I knew that they were kind of band that a song would pop up on a skate video. And you'd see the advert. Right. They'd be advertising in their album in Thrasher magazine and stuff like that.
I see.
But they weren't really bothering. I was consuming quite a bit of US music press because of those reasons.
Okay.
But yeah, you might have got like a line about them in like in Kerrang or something, but I don't think you'd have ever seen a feature. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. I see.
All right. Well, and the last one that I've got is Cypress Hill 3, The Temples of Boom, which got to number 11.
Interesting album, this one. It's an album that I'd say has aged well. When it came out, I remember hearing it and being like, oh, because it's very, very different.
Yeah, exactly. It's not what people were expecting or wanted, I would say.
It's the first two albums full of kind of upbeat kind of bangers. This one is this languid. It's very much a big open stoner album. Everything is like laid back and at pace. It's kind of got quite a lot of psychedelic influence in it. And it's actually aged very well. I believe I think some of the songs from it have done very well on TikTok and stuff. And I think I think there's a big like second Cypress Hill chapter, which is part of why they were booked so high on download.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I think a lot of it is quite central to this record.
How weird.
I'm spitballing there from stuff that I've kind of half read.
Gleaned off.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though.
From any position of power. But, I remember, because it was Cypress Hill, because I had this album on CD, because I'd spent money on it, I forced myself to listen to it a lot.
Right.
So I know it quite well, and I do like it. As I say, I think time has been very kind to it now, because it goes back and it is a different sound for Cypress Hill. Also had the big Ice Cube diss track on it, if you remember that one. Had the big beef with Ice Cube.
I don't remember that, no.
It was based around the fact that he'd stolen a beat from them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You go and put some old Friday shit out.
I mean, this about someone who put out a song called Jack In for Beats.
Well, exactly.
Making an entire song about how he's going to steal your beats.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so
I had the album as well because, again, I was a fan of those first two albums and thought, fuck it, yeah, I'm going to get this. I bought the double vinyl, I think it was, and was disappointed with it. Didn't really listen to it again, and then sold it a few years back for quite a bit of money.
I would imagine
because it was in nearly perfect condition.
I'd imagine that was worth a ton of money.
Yep, indeed. But there you go. Okay, so that's your albums. So for 1 week, you know, as I said, there's not a lot of time, but that's not a bad haul for 1 week's worth of albums. Top 10's just full of best ofs, fine. But for a November 1 week release, that's pretty good.
Exactly.
Okay,
that.
but it is time to get back into this Pulp album.
Okay, well, track number 5, another one we've not heard of. This one's called Disco 2000.
Yeah, right.
So when you're talking about signature songs,
exactly,
this is the other one.
It's one of those, and this was the third single, came out in December of 1995. Got to number 7, which I guess in a Christmas period is pretty good.
Yeah.
And I said I could, if Common People came on, I would probably skip it.
Yeah.
I would pay money not to hear this song again ever, because I'm so sick of it.
Fair enough.
And I'm not saying it's bad, but fucking hell, I'm so sick of this song.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is another fantastic piece of storytelling.
It is. It's
right?
brilliant.
You know, recalling those feelings, like when you're in early love, where the girl kind of doesn't really know you exist romantically.
Sure.
Like, and that, you know, it's another great pop song with depth. I'm not as keen to hear this one again as this is. You know, I've heard this song enough as well, really.
Right. Okay.
Because it does just kind of chug along a bit, doesn't it? It's like.
Oh, sure, it's very glam rocky.
Yeah, it's very much in that way.
I mean, what a fucking chorus!
Oh yeah, mate!
Oh my god,
fantastic!
It is. This is so clever, so evocative. He describes his, this feelings of this kind of shy, lonely boy who, is just mates with this girl who's grown up with his whole life, and he sees other boys trying to, kiss her and whatever, and he's never going to be that. It is such a well-written, again, piece of work. And it's catchy as all fuck, this song. It's so catchy, but I can't listen to it. This is, alongside Supergrass, All Right, Blur, Park Life, Oasis, Cigarettes and Alcohol for me. The ones that I had to play in the student clubs until, the death of those songs. It's alongside those ones for me. But
definitely putting this on the playlist. Right.
And I didn't realise that this is about a real person as well. This is about a girl called Deborah who was born the same day, a few hours later in the bed next to Jarvis. Their mums got talking. They went to school together, and he's probably embellishing quite a lot about the feelings and stuff like that. They never got together. She did get married to someone else, but they kept in contact their whole life. She actually died apparently in 2015.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, indeed. But she accepted that this song was about her, and she was mates with Jarvis, and fine. It's got to be a bit weird, I think, to have a song written about you, your name in it, Deborah, and going, you were the first girl at school to get breasts. And like, mate, don't write this song about me.
I reckon her husband probably was less chuffed about it, but who knows?
Indeed. But no, this is a brilliant, brilliant song. I know that. I know it's amazing. This is one of the best songs on this album.
Oh, without a doubt.
Fuck me. I just can't do it.
It's
beaten me.
It's DJ problems.
Of course it is. I'm not trying to be a dick about it at all, because put a poll of best written pulp songs, I'll put this near the top. Of course I will. But I'll give you £5 if I never hear this.
And if you're talking about what you'd call your indie night, then Disco 2000 is probably...
Oh my god.
It's probably it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's made for that. Yeah. I did read that apparently in 1999, Pulp removed the sync rights to this song so that people couldn't be using it to publicise the millennium.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Nice. They didn't want it tied to that.
Nice.
And I bet you they could have made a ton more money. I'm sure they'd made quite a lot of money already, but I suspect they could have made a lot more if they had allowed people to do that, but they didn't. Yeah. But this is a brilliant song. It got Single of the Week in Melody Maker, or rather, actually, it got joint Single of the Week alongside Minty and Black Grape. that week.
Right.
Whatever. And it was praised in the NME, but it lost out to Nicolette for single of the week in the NME.
I suppose Pulp has never stopped smoking, has it?
Pardon? Oh, Nicorette? Is that what we're doing? Oh, right.
Is
Fuck
that
me.
what we're doing?
I mean, I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't something better that I was missing.
No.
I
mean, more for you anyway. Right. Well, it is what it is, man. Let's shift along to do Live Bed Show, which is the next track.
Okay.
She doesn't have to go to work.
And we're back into another song about sex this time. Or more accurately, the lack of sex.
Yeah.
The lack of sex in this one.
Yeah, it's, this is obviously the take on the realities of faded attraction in a relationship,
Oh, you see, I don't even know if it's relationship. I think she's just single now.
Oh, so
I'm not sure.
No, I feel like some things left she doesn't know what it is. That would be she'd know what it is if the person was still there. That's how I interpreted it.
Oh, I see. Because it essentially it's written from the point of view of a woman's bed.
Yeah.
It's called Live Bed Show, and the impetus behind it is like this bed used to see loads of rotting, and the headboard would be banging, and the neighbours would be complaining. But now it lies silent. Essentially, there's nothing happening in that bed anymore. But okay, so I took it that she was single and wasn't getting any action, but I wasn't thinking it was a dead bedroom.
Yeah,
with someone else in the picture.
Yeah, I just took it. I took it as
maybe
again existing in that kind of space of normal people's everyday lives, where life becomes about accepting that ceiling that you'll not ever break. Really, that accepting the mundanity of your life.
This is my life now.
Right, this is what it is.
Yeah.
I want, okay, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. Again, so much of this just exists in this kind of melancholic.
Oh yeah, it's all minor keys and regrets. Yeah,
and I find that quite effective.
Oh, I like this song. I think this is a really good one. I don't remember this from the time, but I think there's some really nice bits in this. The line, "She knows if this show was televised, no one would watch it. Not tonight, but 7 years ago." It's like, oh, your time has passed. Yeah, exactly. It's sad. It's really, oh God, this is miserable. But it's so well evinced that I can picture this whole thing.
Try being 50, motherfucker.
I know. But I really enjoy this tune. I think this is good. It's, again, a hark back. It's retro. It's a lot of 60s strings. It's kind of Scott Walker-esque, which makes sense. He was a big fan.
It's got Last Night in Soho kind of...
Yeah, for sure. For sure it does. But I think this is catchy. And one of my issues, not with Common People or This 2000, one of my issues with the other songs that I thought were just okay is that they didn't have a catchy tune. I think there's something to this that is better.
Those laughs, man.
Oh, yeah. I think this is good. But yeah, the whole story on it, the framing of the story, the sadness behind everything, you come out of it going, oh, well, it's Jesus.
Bleak.
Fuck me, yeah. There was no, twist at the end where she meets someone else or it all becomes better. No, that's just that then. Fucking hell. Okay, but I think it's a really good song.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, nice slice of life, voyeuristic, very pulp, but a really good song. Okay, so that's track number 6.
Yeah, so we'll do 7, and this one was another single.
Yes, it was.
Again, it's not a single I remember at the time. This one's called Something Changed.
This was the final single. Came out in April of 1996, and it got to number 10. So the lowest charting of the singles, but still number 10.
And this is quite tonally different, isn't it? It's got a little bit of a kind of a 50s love song feel to it, I guess.
It's a lot more simple than some of the other ones.
More
straightforward.
Examining chance means that change the course of your life, And I'll be honest with you, so far this is probably the one I've connected with the least. And I don't know if that's says something about me. Maybe I'm just bad. Maybe I hate optimism.
Maybe.
But I've got to say, I think this is very slight, and I'm very surprised this was a single. This doesn't say single to me.
Well, I remember this coming out, and I bought it because I was in case it was remixes or whatever. I don't think I ever played this in a club because it's not that sort of thing, and therefore I also just kind of forgot about it. But going back and listening to it on here, I do remember it because there are some. I think there's some very catchy bits of this song. I do remember it. And I actually really like this. I think this is fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
See, this was very little for me.
And again, maybe it is because it is a bit more optimistic. I'm a sucker for something like that, perhaps. But yeah, it's not a sleazy one. It's not trying to be clever. It's very different to feel. I find it very simple. I find it very heartfelt. You know, it's kind of genuine in those things. About, if you hadn't decided to come to this place on that night or if I'd made a different choice, we'd never have met and lives would be different. But I think this bit here where it goes into the chorus, that sweeping up, really, really appeals to me. Okay. I think it's really nice. I think it's lovely, this song. This would be one of my favourites.
Oh, okay. That is an interesting difference of opinion. This is, as I say, possibly my least favourite definitely my least favourite so far.
That's funny. It's funny because I think this is lovely for the reasons that you find it not to your taste.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, that bit, there's no way of knowing which way we're going. Surely that's just from Willy Wonka, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
No way of knowing which way we are going. But okay, right. Well, I do. I really like this.
Lovely stuff.
And, you know, would I go so far as to say it's my favourite on the album? I might if track 8 wasn't Sorted for Easy Ways. Because this was... Okay, so this is the second single. This is the one that was a double A side with Misshapes. And this was... I remember this very well from the time. Mm-hmm. You know, partly because I like the tune, and partly because of the little bit of kind of controversy about this coming out. Yeah, you remember this from time?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And this is, you know, for me, this is just a spot on. I mean, I've written takedown here, but takedown's not the best way. It's just a take on those, like, escaping nights where they're like kind of these transcendent nights of unreality, you know, when you're out and about in this unreal world. Yeah. It feels like everything is possible in those moments, but ultimately you come to understand it was quite illusory and drugs based.
No, I tricked my brain into thinking.
Yeah. And like, you know, and you see people now. We see people at our age that have never been able to escape the illusion of it, and are still chasing that, like the old ravers and stuff. Right.
Yeah.
But again, a distraction from a life with limits. You know.
Well, exactly. Yes.
And no one writes this dry, self-effacing melancholia, but without any embarrassing angst like Jarvis does.
It's wonderful.
It's just there's just a lightness, a touch to his pen on this stuff. Mm-hmm. And whilst this song, I think, more than anything else, shares a lot of DNA with some Blur songs. I can hear a bit of Blur in this.
Oh, I see. There's a little bit of fairground noisy things going on. Right.
And I think this sits to the heart of it why Pulp are better for me than Blur. There's an authenticity to it, and the archness is never as cloying and as contrived, I suppose, as I get from Damon Albarn.
I see.
And I really, really, really like this song.
Oh, this is brilliant. This is just brilliant, this song. Mm-hmm. Everything about it. I think the tune is fantastic. So catchy. Mm-hmm. Bits like Nice One, Keys are hilarious. The lyrics are so funny in this, and they are so spot on.
And this bit about phoning your mum, it's just like that, when you've got the regret in you. Oh my God.
Yeah, sure. You go. So you have to say, "Mother, I can never come home again."
Yeah.
Because I'll let him say it.
And you want to call your mother and say, "Mother, I can never come home again, because I seem to have left an important part of my brain somewhere in a field in Hampshire." All right.
Absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So good, man. So good. This was apparently released as a double A side because they knew this wouldn't get played on radio. Mm-hmm. This song was never going to be on Radio 1. Yeah. So they put it on with Misshapes, so at least Radio 1 had something else to do. Mm-hmm. But for me, this is what, you know, absolutely a standalone single. Mm-hmm. This is fucking brilliant. Cracks me up. Catchy as all shit. Everything about this works for me.
Brilliant.
The controversy... There was a whole thing about they wanted the sleeve of this single to have a diagram to show you how to fold a wrap to hold your drugs. Mm-hmm. And so that was what the kind of the cover artwork was going to be. And the Mirror, the Daily Mirror in the UK, a tabloid, got hold of this story that this was what was happening. And they put a front page on one of their issues going, "Stop this sick stunt."
Yeah.
And really laid into how this was going to encourage the youth to be doing drugs, and it was so irresponsible, and how dare Pulp, blah, blah, blah. You know, anything to rile up a bit of controversy. But it got back to the record company. There was, you know, it was on the news and there was articles about it. The record company, or Pulp probably, just went, okay, we've already printed up all of these ones to go, though. We're not going to not give these out. So the initial run had that thing, but they were like, okay, well, the represses won't, and they just released it as a blank white cover. But they're like, oh, fuck's sake, man, you're riled up about this. It's not a pro-drug song.
No.
You know, if you listen to the lyrics, it's not an anti-drug song. It's just a song about what it's like sometimes when you do drugs and what happens afterwards.
Yeah.
But it's like, come on, fucking UK press.
No, you can't
get a grip.
That's, you know, it's a whole kind of hysteria culture, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like, you know, you can't have a conversation about anything vaguely nuanced.
No, you just can't, apparently. But I'm sure that all helped in, you know, selling this single as well.
Without doubt. I can only imagine that first batch disappeared immediately and now trade for hundreds of pounds on fucking...
They're the ones that are worth stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure. The pre-release sales, like, you know, HMV or whoever saying, I want X amount of copies, was so big for this single that everyone was like, oh, this is going to be number one. Pulp are going to be number one with this song.
Yeah.
Only got to number two because of Fairground by Simply Red.
Ugh.
Fuck me. God damn you, Mick Hucknall.
Fuck you.
God damn you. But because it was such a big pre-sale or pre-order, this actually sold more copies than Common People.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a huge thing. And I also saw that the guitarist, Mark Webber, a guy called Mark Webber, he doesn't like this song at all and didn't want it to be on the album.
Oh, wow.
He's quoted as saying, I think it's rubbish.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, how can you not like this song? Fucking brilliant. Yeah, I don't get it. This was the Enemy's number 3 single of 1995.
Okay.
I
can't argue with it, really.
It has to be up there. It's so good. I think this is absolutely the best single from this album for me. Easily. But there we go. That is the second third of this album.
Well, should we bang through some singles?
Indeed. Right.
This is the part where to eligible men bang hot singles. It's not what happens at all.
Wow.
And I'm also not in any way eligible.
No.
The only thing I'm eligible for is a bus pass.
Tension.
You know what I mean?
Singles. The top 10 singles in the week of November 5th to 11th. Number 10 is Def Leppard, When Love and Hate Collide, and we've seen that before. Number 9 is Simply Red, Fairground, and by Christ, I hate that song.
Yeah.
So much. So
see our previous episodes for full details.
Please do. Okay, so we've got a new entry at number 8. And this is, I always say this, you know this person. I don't know if you'll know this song.
You think that I can live.
It's Madonna.
It is Madonna. Yeah, absolutely it is. And apparently it's on Something to Remember.
Right.
Is the album.
I
I don't remember the song at all.
No, see, I don't think I've ever heard this in my life. 1995 Madonna. I wasn't paying attention to that.
You think I have nothing.
What's it called?
It's called You'll See.
Okay, yeah.
No, but let's see if I can get the chorus.
After all you've done,
Don't remember this one bit.
find my way back home.
It's a nice vocal.
Yeah,
Somehow.
seems pleasant, but I don't remember this. This washed over me entirely. Nah, don't remember that. Okay, fine. Okay, so that's number 7. Well, I'll give you a yeah for getting Madonna.
Nice.
Number 7 is Meatloaf with I'd Lie For You, and That's the Truth. We've already seen that. Number 6 is Everything But the Girl's Missing. Number 5. Now, you'll definitely remember this one.
Oh, nice. It's E17.
It is E17.
And it's do 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 do. It's going to come to me in a minute. Thunder? No.
Yeah, Thunder.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I know that we we speak quite friendly about E17. We're like, oh, we've got a soft spot for E17.
Yeah.
I think this is terrible.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I think it's quite good. I think they're at their very best when they're taking themselves much too seriously.
Oh, and this is definitely along those lines. Yeah. I mean, come on. Look.
Listen. I mean, he's
Shocking.
He's got a fucking oven full of fucking jacket potatoes at this point, isn't he?
Ready for a night out.
Fucking massive hat full of ease.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there you go. You got that, so yes, you get... Oh, yeah. So what number was that? That was number 5. Number 4, this is a new entry.
Okay.
We're going to have to talk about this in more detail on our next episode.
This could be heaven. This could be heaven. This could be heaven. This could be heaven forever. In these days.
Oh, God. Is it Westlife? No,
Oh,
no,
no.
no, no, no. God, no, no. Hang on.
You come to me,
Wait.
and everything seems alright. In these
It
days.
sounds like Freddie, but it can't be. Oh, it's Freddie.
It's ready. Yeah.
I was just. We got a posthumous Queen album. Another one.
Fuck, we do. Look, this is the first posthumous
Oh, I
one.
thought we. Oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
we did the dying one, didn't we?
Yeah, we did the dying one.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is Heaven for Everyone by Queen.
Oh no. I don't want to do a posthumous Queen album.
And thing is, that's the last one of 1985.
Oh, fuck, I missed this off the list, Hammer. I've
Oh.
missed that we were doing this.
No, I wish we didn't have to, but yeah, fuck it. But yeah,
no, open minds.
no, true.
Might be brilliant.
True. Okay, well, you didn't get that, so
I did get it.
you didn't get the title.
Well, I suppose you're right.
And number 3, Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise, which we saw before.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is one that we've seen before, is Oasis Wonderwall. Number 1 is one that we haven't seen before.
Oh, yeah?
And this is on an album
Oh,
that
no.
we don't have to do.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking Robson and Jerome.
Robson and Jerome. This is number 1
Why?
right now, this single. Robson and Jerome, I believe, double A side with Up on the Roof. Yes. And, again, my mate Niall Bakewell is begging us to do fucking Robson and Jerome album, and I keep telling him we can't do it. It's too bad.
We're not doing it.
Too bad.
And I thought you liked us, Niall. Why would you want us?
He loves it whenever we suffer, when we have to do a
come
shit
on,
album.
Niall, man.
He
I thought
loves it.
Come on, man.
Okay, that's your top 10 anyway. So Robson Drum is number 1, and I suspect probably is for the rest of the year. I can't remember. Other singles that came out, though. This one got to number 11. I don't expect you to get it, because it's not in your wheelhouse. It's very kind of indie. It's called He's on the Phone, if that helps. But this is also whenever I thought this band had turned a corner into just being quite dull pop.
Saint Etienne or something.
It's Saint Etienne, exactly. It's Saint Etienne. I remember this coming out and going, oh, no, I used to really like Saint Etienne, and now you're just making this. This is G to G.
Yeah, this is Euro House.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, I don't fucking get this one. Got to number 11. Whatever. This one got to number 15, and this is excellent, and you definitely will know it. Let's get into this bit. I remember this single coming out, but this was one of my favourite tracks off the album.
Oh, I know. I should know this.
Oh, you absolutely do. Off their much-awaited second album.
Second album.
A long-awaited second album.
I mean, it's later than Stone Roses.
No, this is Stone Roses.
Is it?
This is the second coming, yeah.
Fucking, why don't I remember this song?
Oh, begging you, this was... I
Why
think,
don't I remember this? I fucking listened to Second Coming thousands of times.
I think well, I have the double vinyl. I think this might have been the first song on the second disc. So it was something halfway through.
How bizarre that I don't remember this.
But yeah, Begging You.
I'd have thought you'd played me any song off that album and I'd have known it, but I don't recognise this at all. It sounds like Stone Roses. But
Oh, you can tell that's Ian Bryan for sure. Yeah. But no,
I was just going, hang on, I was just getting my head around when Second Coming came out, and I was like, oh, that was earlier than this, wasn't it? But I suppose it was. Yeah, I suppose it was.
It was indeed. It's one of those ones that I'm surprised we didn't have to do. Never got to number one. Yeah. But yes, Stone Roses, Begging You, and I think that's a great single. I remember that came out with a load of kind of big beat-ish remixes as well, which I was very into at the time. It worked really well. No, this one got to number 20. Don't remember it at all. It's a band that we've done an album on before.
Ace of Base?
It is Ace of Base, yeah. It's called Lucky Love, off an album called The Bridge. Don't remember this one bit. One bit, not at all. Not at all. Got to number 20, which fair enough. And this one got to number 23, which I am very surprised at, and I reckon you'll get this straight away.
Alice in Chains.
It is Alice in Chains.
Grind.
Yeah, Grind. Yes, mate. 1995. I suspect you're very into Alice in Chains at that point, are you?
Do you know, the weird thing is, right, I'd kind of... by the time this album came out, I love Alice in Chains.
Yes.
But I didn't buy this album, so I didn't listen to it that much.
Oh, right.
So I don't... To this day, I don't know this album that well.
You don't have this one?
Yeah.
Right. I see.
I mean, I know it better than other albums I don't know well.
Sure.
But I don't know this album. Like, it recently had a vinyl re-release, and I've been intending to
I
buy
remember
it.
you saying now.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Interesting. Okay. But yes, you got it absolutely right. Number 23, though. That's high for Alice in Chains in 1995, if you ask me. I didn't think it'd be that high.
But it's the first track back, though.
Oh, I see. There was the right off that album. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. This one, you're not going to know, I'm sure.
You remind me of something.
It's called You Remind Me of Something.
I just can't think of what it is.
Got to number 24.
You remind me of my dreams.
Is it Casey and JoJo?
Nope.
Or Drew Hill or something?
Nope. Oh, it's much bigger than that.
R. Kelly?
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
You Remind Me of Something. And I'm pretty sure he says that something is my Jeep. I don't know what that says about the woman he's singing to.
Four-wheel drive? A robust chassis?
Indeed. I do not know.
He wants to fill it with unleaded? It's 13 years old.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, fucking hell.
He once had a piss in it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of sorry I put this in, but I'm not really.
Yeah.
Not at all. But yeah, that's R. Kelly with You Remind Me of Something.
R. Kelly.
Oh. Only a couple more.
Yeah.
One here. This got to number 30, and I don't expect you to get this at all.
It sounds like Gina G. Again,
Oh, right. No, it's
not Wreck or something like that.
it's not quite as cool as that. It's not Underworld, but it's someone who had a massive house hit, and then this is the kind of follow up.
A house hit.
Yeah, well, acid house.
It's Josh Wink.
It's Josh Wink.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's Josh Wink under his size 9 name. It's called I'm Ready.
Okay.
And I remember this coming out. This wasn't nowhere close to as big as Higher State of Consciousness, obviously, but this did okay. Got number 30 in the charts, and I remember playing it a few times in the clubs. And it is a good tune. It is good. It's one of those ones that if you hear it on massive speakers in a club, slightly altered state, you'll have a lovely time. Lovely time. But sorry, Josh Wink. And then the last one that I'm going to play you is this. Got to number 26.
Tricky.
It is Tricky, exactly.
What's the name of the track?
The clue to remembering the name of the track is knowing what the sample is from, what band the sample is from. That drum beat.
No, I'm not not coming.
No, it's called Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Because yes, that's Smashing Pumpkins song called Suffer of Gish that they sampled. And yeah, so this is a single from the Max and Cray album, which is still brilliant. And whenever I was playing this, putting it in this playlist, I was like, fucking, this is great. One thing I didn't realise is I just assumed all the songs on Max and Cray were Martina Totley Bird. This is Alison Goldfrapp. This is a really early appearance from Alison Goldfrapp. One of the first things.
I always presumed it was Martin.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one of the first things that Alison Goldfrapp was on.
Wow.
And she sounds brilliant on it.
Oh, really good.
And I suppose when you hear it, I can hear, okay, this doesn't sound like Martina. It's not quite as smoky, maybe. It's a bit cleaner. But this is a fucking wonderful tune. Brilliant. But yeah, there you go. I think that is... There's some great singles in that 1 week of releases. I think that Stone Roses one is fantastic. Alice in Chains is really good. This one, Tricky, is fucking great. But then you also have Robson and Jerome and Queen and...
The A-list.
Yeah, the others. But pretty good.
Cool.
Pretty fucking good, mate.
Right, should we crack on with the rest of this album?
We shall. Okay, so we are into the last third. Track number 9
Indeed.
is Feeling Cold Love. All in capitals, all with full stop between the letters for
indeed.
some reason.
Potentially to differentiate it from the Wire song of the same name.
Oh, didn't know there was one.
I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. This is the longest song on the album. It's just over 6 minutes, and the first minute is this instrumental intro.
Yeah, like a long pulsing intro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't it?
Jarvis said this one apparently was inspired by him listening to Jungle.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how much he listened to or whether he really wanted to write jungle music, but I can see there's some kind of clattering little beats in the background which you can see, that is what they would do in a drum and bass song. But yeah, this is a fucking long way to get to the vocals. And when the vocals come in, it's whispering Jarvis that we get.
And it's kind of like it's like a kind of a first-person essay, isn't it? Really, what we are. So we're kind of like exploring love. Exploring like being somewhat reluctantly in an experience, I guess. So let me rephrase that. Exploring love as being experienced somewhat reluctantly.
Oh, I see. Okay, fine.
So I'm
Right.
just misreading my own notes
Right.
here. I'm trying to figure out what I meant. It's a very unique spin on this subject matter, isn't it? Really.
Again, it is. You know, he's talking at this point about the real minutiae of what he can see in his little shitty room, the dressing table with the broken handle and whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're kind of get this, and it's very low. It is. It's whispery. It's quiet. And I do not like this bit. That it's also cold. I don't like him. Also cold.
See,
That's weird.
I do quite like that.
Do you?
bit.
Oh, I think that's
quite
stupid.
Princey.
Oh, I see. Okay. Right.
Here, no, Richard. I think he hits that. And then I
And then
like
here
the
we go.
drum here.
Drama.
This. I'm not sure about this rhythmic element here.
Right.
So I really like. I really like the tone of the song. I really like the idea of the song. This kind of self-question: why me? Why is it happening to me? I mean, 2 lines about the song. Maybe a few more listens and it'll grow on me a little bit more. I do like bits of it.
Okay.
It's a bit more longer and self-indulgent than some of their stuff. But at this point in the
Sure.
album, I'm kind of like, well, fuck it, you've kind of earned it.
I know what you mean. I'm not going to deny him going off on flights of fancy and being weird.
Yeah.
Fine. But no, this one is a no from me. It goes on too long. I don't like that bit. This bit where it's the double layered vocals, I find a bit tiresome.
Oh, I liked that double layered
Did
vocal
you? I
bit.
see, right.
I like the way that
The talking to...
I like the way that the chorus is kind of which you would expect to be the main part, is almost like kind of subbed down.
Yeah, it's background.
So it's like the main talking point is being overwhelmed by the self-talk, and I think there's something quite interesting from a psychological point of view.
Okay.
I think it's quite clever. I might be massively overreading into it.
Well,
Who knows?
you never know. And we're now into kind of the second half where we're getting pervy again. He says, I see flashes of the shapes of your breasts and the curve of your belly, and they make me have to sit down and catch my breath. Calm down, mate. Fucking
down.
all right. Okay.
It's just some tit slap.
But this I don't like this weird. It sounds like he's crying.
Keening.
Keening would be a good word. But no, I don't get this one. Don't get this one. You're okay with this?
I think, I'd say I'm kind of in two minds about the tune, but there's enough that interests me in it that I'm like, okay, I'll go along with this.
I like this very manic melodrama. This is fun.
This has got the feeling of a deep cut that I will grow to appreciate more over time.
Perhaps.
And
this might be a fan favourite for all I know. I don't know.
You can't pre-cognitively review anything. So if you want to say I'm in two minds about it, but I think it's interesting enough.
Oh, it's definitely interesting, but it doesn't appeal to me. I don't think. No. And it's fucking 6 minutes long, doesn't it? It's 6 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be 6 minutes long.
Trim your shit, Jarvis Cocker.
Trim your minge.
Trim it. But I've got nothing else really to contribute to that one, I don't think.
All right, well, let's move on then. We've got track...
okay. Track 10?
Track next. Yeah, 10. Underwear.
Underwear.
This is an interesting one as well.
I mean, we're immediately back into the pervy mode here.
Well, we're in... Yeah.
I did a count on songs at this point. At this point in the album, we've got 5 pervy songs, 5 non-pervy.
So look, that's what you want.
Yeah.
It's about that feeling of getting into a situation that you become unsure or uncomfortable about, and it's in a lot of ways it's kind of about the juxtaposition of consent and the realities of sexually charged situations.
Sure. You've got off with someone at a club, you go back to a house, you're going to have this one night stand, and then you get a sudden flash of, oh, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, this was probably a bad idea. Do I back out? Or do I just fucking go for it? It's like, we've all been there. Like, sure. Again, which is a very interesting thing to write a whole song about. It's one of those things that, Oasis are never going to do one like this. And there are some good lines in this. I think that if fashion is your trade, then when you're naked, I guess you must be unemployed. That's fun. That's a good line. I don't remember much of it, but the riff where the semi-naked in someone else's room. I think it's about to come in somebody else's room. I do remember that.
Yeah.
That's a very catchy little hook for me. Overall, I think this is okay.
I like this one. It's probably the most morally ambiguous song on the record, because it's kind of got a little bit of that. It can make you quite uncomfortable when you're like, oh, right, okay, so you don't want to do this, but you're gonna do it.
Sure, and there are lines like, well, you can't get out of this because you're a girl and he's a boy.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel trapped here. Yeah, no, I'm sure. But I'm sure that is what goes through your mind.
I'm sure that's the reality of a lot of those situations. Whether that's right, I'm not even saying whether that's right or wrong.
No, but it's a reality. Yeah, of course. The guitar solo that we just had, and a lot of this kind of last bit, I get really strong Suede vibes off a lot of this. It sounds like that first album, Suede, to me.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing at all. Not a bad thing. I love that bit. Oh, Jesus. Why is it so hard for you to touch him? For you to go and give yourself to him? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. It's I do like this one. I think it sits nicely here on the back end of the album.
Indeed, yeah. I suspect this would probably be in my top half of songs that I would play again on this album, out of the whole 12. I don't remember it well, but it's catchy in bits, for sure. But yeah, this bit, I find this very Suede-y.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is good. Obviously, wasn't a single because problematic as all shit in parts.
Yeah.
You couldn't play that on the radio.
Right, so
That's
we've got
underwear.
track 11,
Number 11. Okay, so
Monday morning.
we're into the last 2 songs of the album.
I've got to say, at this point in the album, the last thing I was expecting was some reggae.
I mean, it is, yeah. I'd say it's more ska, but I know what you mean. Yeah. And that riff reminds me of the Phantom of the Opera. No.
You're very right.
But yeah, it does this for a minute. It's kind of dark, oppressive bit. And then...
Pick it up.
Yeah. Right, less than Jake.
I mean, look, it's another song about mundanity. Finishing school, expecting great things and finding the grind where it's work all week, get relentlessly fucked up at the weekend, which in itself then becomes another additional grind.
Yes, exactly.
And you go, right, so rinse and repeat till I retire, I guess.
Yeah. Is this it? Is this all we're doing? Yeah, it is. It's
throw up on Sunday night.
Yeah, exactly. It's, just left school. You thought your whole life was ahead of you, and it is. But you now have to get a job, and the job is shit, and you're in an office, and you have to work on fucking 5 days a week, and you can go to the pub and get out of your mind and forget about it, but then it resets for Monday morning, and you do it again. Yeah. And you look forward to that, week away that you're going to have in 6 months. Yeah. And again, this is very well put together.
Yeah.
It's very evocative of those feelings, especially if you're stuck in a pretty shitty little town, or you didn't have the best education, and you might have ambitions, but realistically you're not going to get as far as some other people. It is another hard listen song in that way, but this is good fun. It doesn't do much wrong, but I think it's very well phrased.
Yeah, it's very very much an album track. I mean, I'm not the biggest ska fan, but it kind of weirdly works in context here.
I don't understand why.
I don't either.
I mean, fair enough. I can imagine he was listening to some jungle. He was probably going out to clubs in London when he was living there and hearing that. Okay, let's do a little bit of a jungle beat on this. Fine. Where was he going, lads, I've had a great idea. I went and saw Lagwagon yesterday. Yeah. Let's fucking do a ska break.
Have you heard this band that comes out called No Doubt?
Honestly, it is so weird.
Right, well, let's do the final track of the album. This one is called Bar Italia.
Yes, it is.
Based around a famous after-hours drinking spot in Soho.
Apparently so, yeah. A little kind of coffee shop place.
Very much a spiritual successor to Sorted on Ease and Wiz, this song.
Because this is the aftermath of going out and getting off your face. This is sitting down and trying to look normal. Yeah,
this is like that. It's like the ode to those hazy moments where nightlife sort of all of a sudden becomes reality. Do you know what I mean? When you pile out of the confines of the dancing and the reveling, and you return into like the early hours of daylight, where you see the early signs of people starting to go about their life.
Work,
and those two things meet, and you can't go home. It's especially because you're still full of chemicals, and it's like you go to this place where other people are and just try and decompress.
Indeed, yeah. It is. It's you're not fucked up enough to be at a rave, but you can't just go to bed yet.
Yeah. This is a really good song about that, and a really solid ending to the album. I don't think it's by anywhere means the best song about a come down. I think the best song about a come down of all time is Pure Morning by Placebo. Even though the song's got some stupid lyrics in it, it's still just the best.
Just the feel of it.
The distillation of sitting there.
Pure
Pure Morning, Skin Crawling. That is just the best come down song of all time.
I love that tune. That is great. I like this. I think this is the imagery in this is fantastic, and it's very funny. His turns of phrases. What did you lose? Oh, it's okay. It's just your mind.
Yeah,
that sort of stuff and them going. All right, so same time next week.
Yeah,
you're going to be doing this. You're kind of feeling shitty, and there's a line about. How they're so much worse than where it says if they knock down this place, it'd still look much better than you.
Yeah,
they know they're not, at their peak at this point, but they're still going. So next week, fucking same again. Absolutely.
I mean, I've got, I'm sorry. I can't tell some of these stories
Yeah, sure, but
without
you can,
throwing people in it. But yeah, those stories make some of the hardest moments, but some of the best memories.
Yeah, that's entirely fair.
And this is the kind of time when it's about that time in your life when you can do that shit every week, because it doesn't take you two weeks to recover anymore.
Yeah, and you probably are in just some office job that you don't care about. It's not going to be forever. Mm-hmm. So if you go in and your manager's like, "The fuck's wrong with you?" You're like, "Yeah, what are you going to do?"
It is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think this is a good tune. I wouldn't be rushing to listen to it again, but I do think it's a really good way to end the album. Like you said, I think it's just a good little final piece of slice of life. Yeah, same again next time, of course. I do. I enjoy it, but I wouldn't go back to this one. But that's the album, man. That's
the album.
It. So, before we talk about our thoughts, shall we look at what some other people said? Okay, so we had loads of feedback from our listeners and people out there about this album. This has obviously struck a chord with quite a few people. Mm-hmm. I'll start with the people on Facebook. John Myers says, Oasis were dicks and attracted laddish nonsense. Blur were all over the shop and Damon is also a dick. But Pulp, what a band. All their music has aged so well. They're everything that's great about UK indie rock, intelligent, full of great pop hooks, great songwriting, and Jarvis is just a superb frontman. Something Changed is the standout track for me. Of course, the singles are embedded in everyone's brain, but they still sound fresh. And How Subversive was Sorted for Ease and Ways. Great stuff and a great album.
Fair enough, mate.
I think we do, we've not necessarily talked about Jarvis as a live frontman. Mm-hmm. We talked about him as songwriter, and he's obviously brilliant. He changed the game a lot of the way, in terms of being a frontman, because he was such an iconic and unique frontman for a band. You saw afterwards that loads of people did a Jarvis. Yeah, loads of bands were like, "Oh, we can be this kind of weird and bizarre." Mm-hmm. So yeah, fucking brilliant.
Yeah, our friend Niall from Zero's podcast.
Niall.
I wrongly let the penis brain music press of the time make me think that Pulp are in the same camp as Oasis and menswear. Took me years to recognise this as a true work of art. Sorted for Ease and Wiz is the best song.
Fair play. And yeah, I suspect if you were coming from outside or, in a position to not want to like Britpop, it would be very easy to be fooled into thinking that it was all the same, and this was just like the others. Stephen Grady says, saw them playing in New Zealand a couple of months ago. First time I've seen them. It was an epic show, and the singles from Different Class were absolute highlights. Owned the album at the time and loved it. It was the sound of uni in Luton at that time. Listened again to the full album before the concert, and it still sounds amazing, full of great songwriting, and the singles are all classics. I've never seen Pulp live unless I saw them at Glastonbury 95, which I don't remember. I've never seen them live.
I don't think I have either.
No.
Well, Matt, about where to start. What a record, full of gems. A lot more to it than the ubiquitous Common People. Love the naughty, seedy tracks like Underwear and I Spy is utter filth. Meanwhile, Something Changed is a complete love song that I stuck on playlists for girlfriends.
Oh, how sweet. Yes, indeed. Brendan Clark says, a great album that brings back feelings of optimism for the country, for the youth of the time, and even the national football team. How wrong we were. I don't think it's their best album. For me, that comes in 2 years' time, or 5 in pop collaborating listener years. Yeah. Fair point. Yeah. The singles were overplayed to death, but still hold up, and tracks like I Spy hint at the sleaziness of the follow-up album. Jarvis wrote insightful, often funny lyrics that the Mank or the Mockney could only dream of reflecting life in 90s Britain. Time for a revisit of those memories. I do think that the lyrics are another 3 steps above anything that Blur and Oasis were doing.
I agree with you completely. Yeah, The Real Ricey, I only got to appreciate this album when I got older. I think it's because Common People and Disco 2000 were so overplayed, but they are great tunes. I've always loved the underrated Something Changed, a great album and a 90s classic. Everyone is loving Something Changed.
I mean, that is very much reflective of my views. I don't ever want to hear Common People or Disco 2000 again, but I really got into Something Changed.
I really feel to be like I'm out of step with everyone on this one then. Okay, fair enough.
Team Ironmonger said, I really enjoyed this one. I remember renting the tape from the local library. Fuck me. That's dating ourselves. Playing it in my Astra GTE Looking forward to this episode. I'll have to dust off my 90s indie memories, assuming they haven't all been erased by middle age. I mean, some of them definitely will have been.
For sure.
That's what happens, mate.
Yeah, Ron Logan, a great pop record by a band that sounds like no one else. Common People has been overplayed to death in the same way Sandman or Teen Spirit have, but it's a testament how good a song it was to start with. Jarvis and a lady who did fancy him once stood in front of me in a Reading festival tent. Honestly, their faces may as well have been glued together. All over each other they were. The Polyphonic Spree were on stage at the time.
Oh, gosh. Well. Filth. Ban this sick filth. Jimmy Ennis says they headlined Reading 2000. Oh, I must have been at that. Maybe I did see them.
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, they headlined Reading 2000. My mate wanted to see them play Disco 2000 because of it being the year, so we had to miss a load of bands to make sure we were near the front to see them. Meant we were near the front to see Primal Scream before them, who we both hated, but Primal Scream ended up being the best band of the whole weekend, and Pulp didn't even play Disco 2000. As for the album, I can't help but feel Common People was the Al Murray of music, in that those that it was mocking were totally oblivious to it, especially when they played it when headlining Glastonbury in 1995. Thank you, Jimmy.
So next up, DJ Mike Latrell. I don't know why I call him DJ Mike Latrell.
Because he's DJ Mike Latrell.
DJ Mike Latrell. This is such a great album. Is it as good as His and Hers? It's close, but Feeling Called Love is my favourite pop song. That was up until the new album recently, which is also incredible. We all look forward to when you move on to the most recent decade. Smiley
Never
face.
gonna happen.
Not going to happen, mate.
Never going to happen. Matt Bradley says this is the middle of what, in my opinion, is the best 3-album run in the Britpop era. His and Hers has my favourite Pulp song in Do You Remember the First Time, and This Is Hardcore is my favourite album from beginning to end. Different Class just has the hits and takes me back to many a drunk sing-along of Disco 2000 in indie discos, but my favourite thing about this particular bit of the Pulp story was an amazing performance of I Spy on Later with Jules Holland, with an orchestra behind them, which is well worth 5 minutes of everyone's time. Misshapes always puts a smile on my face too. Overall, I think the entire record stands up well 30 years on, although I never need to hear Common People again. Well,
I mean, it's a common sentiment. I get it.
Yes, it is.
Anthony Hayward. Pulp first gained my attention on a late show special performing Razzmatazz around 1991-1992, and that had me hooked, a complete contrast to a music taste that rarely orbit outside of Iron Maiden, Metallica and GNR. I thought His and Hers was faultless and purposefully got Different Class and release date with the interchangeable inserts on the cover.
That's the same one.
There you
Exactly.
go. I didn't find it as strong as its predecessor. Live Bed Show is a skipper, but there is so much top-drawer songwriting on show. Jarvis's pervy storytelling with I Spy and Underwear, the open heart surgery of Something Changed, and the genius of Common People. I saw them tour the album in the same week of release at Brixton. Still an all-time top 5 gig. Wow, that
must have been amazing. Yeah, fucking hell.
I revisited the album again ahead of seeing the reunion show at the OT last year, and it's still a belter. Definitely in the Walker's Poppadom bracket, but more mango chutney flavour than the dizzying heights of lime and coriander.
I'm glad he was able to get the crisp analogy in there.
I was worried for a minute that we were going to go crisp free.
Yeah. Oh, but I don't know. I would disagree. I think that the mango chutney Poppadom ones are better than lime and coriander.
I think I probably agree as well.
Mark Scott says this is the audio equivalent of dogging. Seedy, a little tragic, pure British, and fun galore for kids and grown-ups alike. I think you might want to reread what you've just said there, Mark. Maybe the best number 1 album of the decade. I Spy is a masterclass in dramatic lower-class storytelling and probably the best song Pulp ever recorded. Underwear and Pencil Skirt are basically shameful wanking in a sock sequels to Babies from His and Hers. Live Bed Show is a sing-along regret despair classic, and Something Changed is just an exquisite love song, and I don't care how lame that sounds. This, Screamadelica, the first 2 Portishead albums, Fox Space Alpha, Dig Your Own Hole, Leftism, Jilted Generation. Not trying to raise the plastic Timu flags here, but this country ruled the 90s.
There you go.
I mean, when you put all those albums together, the 90s were fucking great.
Oh, mate, it's ridiculous.
It's
ridiculous.
Mad. But yes, not sure about the dogging bit there.
Well, I mean, you never are, but you always get into it in the end. John McCann, as a metalhead, this was a guilty pleasure back in the day. Favourite track, Feeling Called Love. Silly anecdote, I used to work the door whilst at university in Derby for some extra cash back in 92 to 94. One of the venues I worked at was called The Warehouse. A lot of upcoming bands played there, including Pulp. I literally stopped Jarvis from going into his dressing room because he didn't have his pass. Lol. Hope you boys are keeping well and hopefully catch up sometime soon. Yeah,
Cheers, John.
no download for us this year, John. So
No,
we missed you, mate.
Another thing we'll have to try and rearrange at some point. Dorian Rogers, who is better out of Oasis or Blur? The answer is Pulp. His and Hers is my favourite, has the best standout songs, but Different Class is a better album. Some great singles, properly era-defining, and Jarvis seems like a good bloke. Still a great band now. Jarvis is one of those ones that has never... I don't think he's ever sullied his reputation. Everything he's done, whether I like it or not, has always been interesting and credible. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he just, DJs here and there, writes some books now, I think. Mm-hmm. He's just an interesting guy.
Yeah. Just does his thing, man.
Oh, sure.
Nina Byers, hello Nina. Fantastic album from start to finish. And yes, I did fancy Jarvis in the 90s. Not so much now, bless him.
Ageist. Lloyd, our mate Lloyd, owned it, loved it, played it to death at the time, but never really gone back to it. Love the singles, but the album tracks have faded from my memory now. Might have a little listen, expect an edit. There's no edit.
There's no edit,
you
man.
Failed us.
3 days ago.
Failed, Lloyd.
Yeah, cheers, Lloyd. RD, right, it's a little bit of a spoiler to know you two absolutely love this album, but your absence has been keenly felt, and I'll be looking forward to this episode with even more enthusiasm than normal. Indeed.
Oh,
yes.
Bless you. Thank you. Yes, no, we have been away for a minute, but I hope that our enthusiasm or our critique has made that okay on this one. The last one then I've got is the True Pop Podcast. I suspect it's Stephen.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Is it their best album? I actually think that it's the follow-up. This is Hardcore, which is the superior album to it, but this is the hit factory, isn't it? What hits they are. Bit of a lightning in a bottle record, the right band with the right tunes at the right time. I do understand how some folk don't care for Blur and Oasis, but I can't really say how anyone couldn't have been swept up in Pulp's orbit. A lovely old time.
Fantastic. Yeah. Right, well, thank you everyone for getting in touch with us, as we always appreciate that.
Indeed. Just while we're on the theme of that, thank you obviously everyone who gave us the Pulp feedback. We also had just a really nice email from a listener out of the blue. Yeah. Jerry got in contact with us and said... Been re-listening to some older episodes, realising that these two cunts were absent from my creaking shelves, and he sent us a picture of 2 R.E.M. albums that he said, I already knew them inside out, but I hadn't got round to buying them, so because of us, he's gone out and spent money on some records.
Oh, there you go.
He also says, still hands down the best podcast about.
Yeah, that's fucking right.
Thank you, dude.
This man knows what he's talking about.
When the vitriol rises, it's a thing of honest beauty, but great to hear you surprised by stuff. Word is being spread. That's what we fucking like.
That's
Jerry.
what we like, man. Yeah, if you like the podcast, tell a friend, man. That's
tell
what we
tell
a friend with good taste. But yeah, thanks guys for getting in contact. It always means a lot
really
to us, man.
sweet.
We appreciate it. We're a little podcast. We apologise for our infrequent output. It was very much being managed around other things and our incredibly busy schedules because we're very important.
Very important.
Very important. That's why we don't charge anyone for this. Anyway, so yeah, basically, well, look, let's. Right. I mean, where are you at, Krista?
Where I'm at? I wasn't as pleasantly surprised as I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to go back in and love every bit of this. And I went back in and went, oh, this is a very good album. This is a very good album with some real high points, but it is still probably a 70% album for me. I think in terms of your big three Britpops, if I had to listen to the 3 albums that we've done this year, it's obviously better than Blur, obviously, but I would put Oasis on before I'd put this on again.
Now, I see. I'm on record on that Oasis album. I've got a big soft spot for it, but it's a big nostalgic.
Oh, indeed, you had a relationship with it before.
Yeah, it's a big nostalgic spot. I think there's some really good stuff on there, and it's of its time. Whereas this, I'm coming to. I mean, a lot of this is very new to me. I've heard it,
brand new
but I think this album's excellent. Even the tracks that I'm less keen on, nowhere near a skipper. I think this is an incredibly well crafted album, and it's either this or that Cure record that are the best things that I've listened to on this podcast that I've not really heard before.
Right.
I think this is genuinely excellent. I've every time I've listened to this record, I've had a really good time, and every time I've listened to this album, I've liked it more.
Oh,
so
nice,
right. And a certain amount of that is like it's a 90s album that very much ticks a lot of my boxes that I don't have a strong relationship with. So it's got a bit of a head start in that regard. But no, I'm very pleased to have.
That's
some time
brilliant.
On this
I'm really pleased that you've got a lot out of this.
I mean, I would, Jenny's been to see Pulp without me, and I think I'd go next time.
Right.
Yeah. So
no, sure. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah,
It really is.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll probably, I'll be looking out for this album on vinyl, and I'll be picking it up if I see it at a decent price.
Decent price, you say? Good luck.
Well, no, there's reissues.
Okay, no, great, because I think this is very, very good. I am very tainted by... I'm just over those two big songs, and so they form a bit of a barrier to me to be as enthusiastic as I should be about this album.
So if you had Dave Likes His Album more than Krista on your accumulator, then
Fucking hell,
well
man.
done, mate. Well
How
done.
did this happen?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think you'd probably got some pretty good odds.
You
on that.
really would have done, yeah.
Or if we'd have got no odds at all, because you'd have gone into Ladbrokes and they'd have gone who?
Yeah. Dave and Krista.
Dave and Krista.
No.
Sound like a pair of cunts. and
Oh,
they
you
are.
have heard of them, yeah.
Yeah, oh, those cunts, yeah. Right, well, guys, thank you for joining us. As always, hopefully the next episode will be...
we've got to put some songs on a
fuck, yeah,
playlist.
of course we do. Shit.
Yeah, we've got.
Oh,
so,
right. Oh, right, where are we going?
Well, this is going to be interesting because we agreed on. I think we agreed on Sort of Reason Wiz.
Yeah, that's going on.
It's a really good song.
That's
I
going
put that on.
100%.
But I think the other ones that we were both really keen on, we differed.
I mean, obviously, you would be Something
Something
Changed.
Changed. I think Something Changed was great. I really enjoyed that. I liked Live Bed Show. I thought it was.
I like Live Bed Show as well.
I like that one.
I really like I Spy.
Right. See, I thought it was okay.
I really like I Spy.
Right.
We can't do either of the singles.
No, we're not doing Common People or Disco 2000.
We can't do only one song though.
I didn't particularly like Feeling Called Love.
See, I did like Feeling Called
Yeah.
Love.
No, I didn't like that. And Underwear, Monday Morning, Bar Italia are all okay for me, but not.
All right. Well, look, I think what on this one we might have to do then is because I think this album's really good, and it'd be a toss-up between a 2 and a 3 for me.
Right.
And I think for me it would be a 3. For you, I think it would be a 2.
Probably.
But I think if we can't agree on the songs, then I think we just have to go I Spy and Something Changed.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, right. Well, as well as Sort of Reason Wiz.
Yeah.
Oh, right, fine.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
so
cool.
I just have the 3.
Sure.
I'll pick one, you pick one, and then we'll have the one we agree on.
Yeah, fine.
And people can make up their own
And there you
minds.
go. Right, that'll do nicely.
There we go.
Lovely. Okay, well, look, we are going to be back with one more episode in the proper run, and
Yeah.
it's going to be Queen.
It's going to be
that's
Queen.
going to happen at some point.
And then we're going to do the...
We'll do our roundups of the best of 1995, our favourite stuff, 1995, etc. And then we have to start thinking about 1996, but that's, crazy talk. But that's it for this one. Thank you, everyone, for joining us again. And, come back and see what we reckon about Queen album without Freddie Mercury.
See you soon.
See ya, bye! Thank you for checking out this episode of Pop Collaborate and Listen. It was produced and edited by us, for which we can only apologise. We're on Twitter at PCL Podcast, on Instagram also at PCL Podcast, and Facebook.com/PCL Podcast. All of these, plus links to our various Spotify playlists, etc., are on our website, which is PCLpodcast.com. Please feel free to get in contact via any of the social media or on PCLmusicpodcast@gmail.com.